Ah, two of you are already here. So as you guys can see, I don't have on my my camera. There's a reason for that. It is because I look ugly today, pure and simple. I am sick and I have been cleaning. So I'm going to keep my camera covered because when I start to do this recording, actually it's already started, but when I start to do this training, I actually plan to put this on YouTube in case it turns out well, so it can be shared with other teams. So for now, I am keeping myself covered. You guys are used to seeing me ugly, but I don't need to share it with the whole wide world. Yay! All right, I do have you guys muted, I think. No, maybe I don't. Oh, Kirsten's muted. Rochelle's not muted. All right, I'm actually gonna mute you guys though, just for now. If you guys have a question that needs to be answered, go ahead and text me. And in fact, if either one of you can text me now, so you can let me know that you definitely are hearing me without a problem, that would be really helpful. And we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, so what you see here is, of course, my screen on my computer. This is what Zoom looks like, but I'm going to share my screen. So the whole point of today's training is to help you guys be able to create your own damsel graphics. Now, our marketing department, they make us beautiful graphics. So you do not necessarily, thank you, Kirsten, I got your text. You do not necessarily need to take the time to make your own. But sometimes you want something different. And actually, this is a way that I've started to follow up with my customers. So I'm going to go ahead and first just share my screen. And gosh, if I can remember how to do this right, take it back to my desktop. Ta-da-da-da. Share screen and go to Canva. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. I'm going to try and move that so it's not in the way. Oh, it'll go down to the bottom. Hopefully that'll work. Okay. So you guys, here's Canva, okay? And what you're looking at is actually the home page that you'll get to on canva.com. They also have an app for your phone, but the functionality on your app will be a lot less than it will be on a laptop. I have not tried it yet on my iPad, so I can't tell you tablet-wise. I use a laptop to create my designs. I use my phone if I need to quickly edit some of the verbiage, okay? And you'll see here, I've been creating designs on Canva for far too long. Okay, as soon as I get to the bottom of the page, it's just gonna keep loading more and more. Now the great part is, once you create something on Canva, if you do use your laptop and you have the app on your phone, is that it will pop onto your app on the phone as well. Now, one time I actually had it change things slightly when I pulled it up on my phone, which made me unhappy. But it does make it nice and easy when you're creating something like this design here where you see my arrow, okay? This is one of my textable invites. Rochelle, you've seen this because I used one for you. But this is one of my textable invites that I use to send to my hostesses. Sorry, my husband's texting me from Costco and he needs to do some party shopping and I need to answer a question. Okay, so here is my wine and weapons textable invite that I share with my hostesses. This was really easy to create. Once it's created, all you'll ever have to do is change the bottom verbiage. Now, this one hostess has been very insistent on also sharing her Arbonne products. Blah. I'm not saying blah to Arbonne. I love Arbonne, but I'm saying blah to dual parties because I'm not a fan. But she insisted, so that's why it has that verbiage. Okay, this is something that's super easy to create. I'm going to go back to the beginning though, because I want to talk about following up. Okay, following up with customers can be really hard. Okay, the phone all of a sudden turns into something that is 900 pounds when you have to make a phone call to a customer. So I absolutely suggest learning to text some of your follow-ups. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is one that I created, okay, just recently to be able to quickly send to people that I just met at a party or an event, okay, and be able to get myself into their phone. It's quick, it's easy. Thank you. It was wonderful to meet you. I hope you love your Damsel products, and I'm so happy you're better prepared and protected. Please keep my number in case I can be of service in the future. Stun Gun Jen. Threw in a picture of myself so that they know who the heck Stun Gun Jen is, okay? Also, by sending a text, you're creating a super easy way with today's smartphones for people to then save your number. You know, with an iPhone, they just have to click on the little icon, you know, save phone number, whatever. And for me, I hope they put me in as Stun Gun Jen, because then they'll always remember which Jen they're talking about. Thanks, Kirsten. So this is the one I want you guys to create today, because I'm hoping you'll play on your screens while we're talking and be able to try and create as well. But let me show you how to create any sort of an image, okay? This is going to be our goal, but we're going to get to some of the others. At least this is the first one I want you guys to create. I want you guys, at the end of this training, to create a follow-up textable image, and I want you to share it on our team page, okay? That's your assignment. All right. In the meantime, I actually want to create something with product. So I'm going to go back and deconstruct what I've already created. I'm going to do this in order to help teach you guys how to create these types of things and follow our style guide. So let me start with this one here. No, Kirsten, it's a free service for most of it. There are things that they can charge you. Some of their graphics, as you can see off to the side where my little thing is pointing, if it has a little $ in the right corner, they'll charge you. If it says free, they don't charge you. So you do not have to use the things that are charged. I have not paid them a dime for all the things that I have made, okay? Now, this picture that I have here, I actually took this picture myself. I have a paper background. I took it outside to get some good natural light, used my iPhone, took this picture. This is, of course, without any of the verbiage. The picture was just of these two products, okay? Nope, Kirsten, you don't always have to pay. How awesome is that? That's why I love this app. Okay, so I've got these two products here. Now, when I started out this whole design, I'm going to recreate it for you to show you. All right, I decided this was something I was going to do on Facebook. You can see in the create a design, there's all these different things you can create. There's way more too. You can create yourself flyers that are on normal size paper. They already have it set up for Twitter posts, any social media, Facebook posts, so that it has the proper sizes for different social media. Usually though, I just stick with strictly social media because this one's a perfect square, or I stick with the Facebook post. When I'm going to actually do something that I want to be able to print, then I'll just use the US letter document, okay? If I'm going to create a textable, then it's easy to use the social media post because I can make it a square. All right, for this one, let's just go ahead and use the social media square. All right, so this is going to be a nice, quick, nice and neat square. I do not like to make things overly cluttered. I think sometimes in marketing, we get things so crazy cluttered that it just looks like a mess. Now, you can choose a background. See over here, you have all these choices on your far left. In the backgrounds, you can choose just a regular color if you want, or you can choose any of these. Again, I always go for free. I've used a lot of this one as a background in some of my graphics. I don't like anything with too much of a pattern because I don't want it to take away from the photo. But again, this is your creativity and your taste, so you can do anything you want. So you can choose a background. I'm just going to do white for this example because actually my photo is going to take up the entire graphic in the end, so I don't need to really have a background here, but that is how you make a background. If you want to change the color, you can go to document colors and you can pretty much make it any color you want. Now, if you want to be real strict with yourself, I'm going to move this box because there's something down at the bottom you need to see. Oh, poop. Or that I need to reach. Okay. I'm going to pull up here, and hopefully you guys can see it. This is our style guide. This is in your training portal. If you are going to create a damsel graphic that's going to have our products in it, your logo in it, so forth and so on, this is something you're going to need to learn. So download your style guide from your training portal. This is something Damsel created to protect our brand. People were, when we had complete free reign, people were creating some pretty ugly stuff, pure and simple, gaudy, ugly stuff. And it was really clouding up the Damsel brand. So we have to be very careful. Make sure you also read your policies and procedures to make sure you're truly following everything they want us to be doing to protect the brand. This is important for all of us, not just Damsel, but all of us, believe me. Okay, these are the logos you're allowed to use. They're also all in your training portal. Okay, there's certain white space required, blah, blah, blah. Minimum amount size it can be. You can't twist it, that kind of a thing. These are our old logos. Don't look at these, okay? You cannot use these. Do not Google and grab images off of Google for your Damsel business, okay? This is something I see all the time. People go in Google and they end up posting products that are expired, old logo, old branding. Don't do that. Don't do that, okay? If I see it, I will totally get on you because I am the compliance Nazi. Okay. Corporate logos. You cannot use the corporate logo. You must always use the independent Damsel Pro logo. Remember that. Now your colors. This is what I wanted to get to. Okay. These are the colors that are approved for Damsel. That means if you are making Damsel graphics, this is what you're allowed to use. If you're making Damsel graphics, these are the fonts you're allowed to use. This is the verbiage and the way it should be spelled that you're allowed to use. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? It's all here, you guys. It's all here. Patterns you can use. Now this, you wouldn't want to put these on like, God. Anyway. I can use different backgrounds than this. I just wouldn't use these patterns. Don't use zebra in anything unless you want Mindy to throw up. Okay. All right. Back to the colors. All right. So when you look at your Canva screen, okay, and you see this color code down here, if you want this color to match the style guide, you need this PMS color here. So if I want to have this be the right purple, I'm going to do 2593. Let's make sure this will work. 2593 C. That did not work. Space C. That is not the right color code. Fart. Let's try this again. You know what? I don't think we can do the right color code that way. It's a different color code. Okay, so I fibbed on that. You can't use that. I just guessed. I'm going to take it up here and I'm going to say, you know what? That matches my stun gun right there, baby. And there's nothing that matches that on here. So that's what you're going to have to do on Canva. I haven't really played with that much to need to worry about it. My husband is going to continue to text me over and over and over again. Sorry, I'm going to tell him right now I'm on a call. Okay. All right. Hopefully he won't be bothering me again, but he is doing the shopping for me, so I have to be patient. Okay, so you can do something like that and create the colors that you want. You can do that on your background. You can do that in all the shapes and the elements. Again, I'm going to go back to white for the sake of this. All right. In your uploads. Uploads are things that you're adding to your, let's call it your little bank account of images. So if you take a picture, you can put it on here. If you're using a Damsel photo, you can put it on here. If you're using a Damsel photo, wipe out the background, okay? If you don't know how, well, I Photoshop it, so I can't really teach you, but I have some of them already with the background edited out. So, like, ask me for it. I can send you a file, okay? You can see I've uploaded a whole ton of caca on here. Some of these things I found online. I went to do an image search on Google. Say I want a wine glass, but I want it to have a blank background. So write this down, you guys, if you don't already know it. The blank background would be PNG. That's the type of file that'll give you a blank background. So if I open this up and I look at it, okay, when it fully downloads, see how it has this checkerboard? That checkerboard will not show up. That is a blank image. Now you have to be a little bit careful. You want to make sure you're not infringing on copyrights. There are sites, there are sites that you can get free clip art, but I'm figuring my textable invites I'm not making money off of, so I'm just going to go ahead and steal this, and I download it and I save it. Oh gosh, my husband. The white and the clear. Okay. So go ahead and you can download that image real easily. You can do that with a whole lot of stuff. Okay. Hopefully that'll be the last question he asks me. All right. Anyway, I already have that wine glass in here. And then you just click on the upload your images and you upload that one thing. So just to show you, click upload your images. I have some images already saved in my files. So, and I have it all as Canva image samples. So I want to save this picture of this cute little puppy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and upload him. This is in my way too. Can you guys see that on my screen? Oh, here. I'm going to upload him. Okay. See how he's popping up? Now he's not a PNG file. He still has the white behind him. So I really could only use him on a white background or remove the background. You cannot remove the background on Canva. You need to do that on Photoshop or PicMonkey or some other thing. Or if I have the time, I can do it for you, but don't ask me a lot because I am busy. Okay. However, for this, I'm going to use the photo that I took. So I took this photo. I'm going to click it. I'm going to drag it. I'm going to plop it right there. And then I'm going to stretch it by grabbing those dots on the corners. And I'm going to position it however I want. Now, one thing I love about Canva is it gives you guides. So if did you see that square pop up? And it gave me that, well, now it won't, of course. It let me know when I was exactly centered. But this one, I want off center so I have room to play with text on it too. Okay. All right. So I have this in position. Okay. Now, I need some arrows. I need to point to what I'm talking to. So I can go to elements. All right. Arrows are in shapes, but if you don't know, you can always search for it. So I can type in arrows, and they have a ton of them for free. Okay. And I like this guy. No, I like this guy today. I'm going to use this guy today. All right. Just click it. It'll plop it right into your picture. You can shrink it. You can grow it. You can grab this little rotate dot and twist it. What's also fantastic, I'm going to shrink it. Hold on, put it into place. Shrink it. What's also fantastic is you can change its color. Do you see here this little color box? Click it. Pick your colors. Simple. I do like their teal. It matches our teal well, so I can easily choose the teal and get what I want. Okay? Now I need to add some text. What am I talking about here? Oh, here's the other thing. Wait a minute, before I add my text, let me move this away again. If I click this arrow, because I like this arrow and I want it the same size, and I want it somewhere else in my picture the same color, I can hit copy. It's going to give me 2 of them. And then, well, I can't with that one. I can move it to where I want it to go. Okay? Sometimes it'll let you also flip and rotate, but apparently in this right now it won't. So I'll have to find something, pardon me, something I can do that with in a minute. In fact, I'll show you right now. If I added something else to this, okay? If I add something else to this, like I want to add this pouch of pepper. You can also just click it, you guys. You don't have to actually click and drag. I'm going to add this pouch of pepper. I'm going to make it smaller. You know, I can make this bundle kind of fun this time. So I'm going to add this one in here too. Do you see how that covers the arrow? You can also layer things. As long as this is what I'm highlighted, I can arrange it to go forward or back. Okay, keep it forward. I can twist my photo into any position I want. I can flip my photo horizontally or vertically. Isn't that magic? Yay! Okay. I can crop my photo. If I don't like the size it is, I can make it bigger or smaller, actually by grabbing the squares, sorry. Okay, but I'm not going to do that, so I'm going to hit the X. If I want to filter my picture, I can do that too. They've got lots of filters. If I want it to add drama, I can. But the only thing with that is if you're taking pictures of our products like that, you could actually distort the colors, and you don't really want to do that. So I don't tend to do that with pictures of our product. But you can really play with the color. Like I can really mess this guy up if I want to. Just play with it, you guys. This is something I use a lot when I'm dealing with a background, especially if my background is a full photo and it's not what I want to have be the focus, then I can play with it that way as well. I can also decide to delete an element. If that is the highlighted element, I just hit the trash box. Bye-bye, he's all gone. All right, so let's go ahead and add our text. Remember, we want to use the fonts the damsel approves. They don't pop up that way. That's okay, because I'm going to add a heading here. And for this, I'm just going to call this my Canva test, because I'm not feeling creative right now. All right, so while this is highlighted, I get to choose what font it is. You see over here, I get to choose the font, and yes, we are really lucky because Canva has our two fonts. It has Great Vibes, and it has Oswald. And I want to say it has Roboto too. Let me double check. Yes, it does. So it has actually 3 of our fonts. So I got Canva test. Now this is kind of small. I want it bigger. So I'm going to create a bigger font out of that. And if I want a specific size, I can also type in that specific number if it's not one of my choices. Okay, and it'll do it for the whole thing. Wonderful. Okay, I can also change the color. I can use one of the presets, or like I showed you before, go into the document colors, and I'm feeling like it's a very purpley day. See, now that color code looks more like what ours say. Oh well, anyway. All right. I know this is going to have too many colors. I'm not going to like it in the end, but I just want to show you guys those features. Sometimes you can go bold with this specific font. You can't go bold. You can't go with italics. You can choose if you want it centered in your box, if you want it left or right, right or left in your box as well. You can also make it all caps, but with this specific font, I would not do that. You can also set it up to be an outline. I wouldn't do that in this case. If you have 2 lines of text like I just showed you here, you can take your spacing and play with that too. I don't like to have too much of a gap, so I'm going to take that back into a standard spacing so it's not taking up so much room. With Canva, you can even change the letter spacing. It's really kind of cool. I don't like to mess with the letter spacing too much on especially on a fancy font, but you get the gist of it, I hope. I hope I'm not going too fast, you guys. If I am, somebody text me and say, Jen, you're going too fast. But then again, this hopefully is recorded and you can always rewind. All right, so I've got my Canva test. Now I need some smaller stuff in there to explain what's going on here. This is my Get a Grip stun gun. Woot, woot. I need to change that. I do not want something so small to be in a script text or you won't be able to read it. So I love our Oswald. It's nice and clean and easy to read. Thank you very much, Rochelle, for your feedback. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change the color there too. It still looks kind of small to me, so I'm going to make it kind of bigger. Boom. Do you guys see how easy this is? There's so many settings you can play with. Okay, so I'm going to, when you're done, you can save it. I'm not going to do this. It does autosave. It will automatically name your file, but you can change that name anytime. You can then download your file in multiple formats. If you're going to create a textable invite, you want to do a JPEG. If you're going to make it something you want to be able to print, do a PDF. PDFs can be zoomed in or out without losing the clarity when you print, okay? And you can download it directly to your files. All right. I hate this graphic. It's unfinished, but I still want to go to something else. So I'm going to take us back to our home screen. I'm going to click on Canva to go back to our home screen and these created designs. So something else you need to remember real quick is make sure when you make a graphic with our products in it, even though I took this picture myself, I must have the Independent Damsel Pro logo in there and make sure it is the proper one, not a corporate logo. Again, that is downloadable in your training portal. All right? Okay. So, creating a follow-up. Wait, no. I want to show you how I did this. And oops, this doesn't have our IDP logo. I'm a naughty little girl. Okay, this is my reminder text. This is the text I send to my hostesses to be able to remind their guests about the party. Because a nice reminder is, what's the name of the fancy font? I have no idea who texted that to me. Why is that phone number not in my phone? The fancy font is Great Vibes. Okay? All right, so when I have this, I can text it to my hostesses and tell them, hey, make sure you text this out to your guests 24 hours or the morning of the party, because lives get busy, you guys. We all know this. And if your hostesses, hi, Lupe, in your style guide, which one is the script in the style guide then? Sorry. When your hostesses send out a invitation like 2 weeks in advance, well, then they get kind of stuck, because I'm telling you girls, I forget every day what day it is today, all the stinking time. And it's worse if, actually it's not worse, because I can tell you right now, I don't even know. Is today Thursday? I think so, because my kids got out early. Scroll down, Lupe, it's in there. Okay, so this is the reminder one that I sent to my hostesses, and I can play with this. Now, I do need to add the IDP logo to this. I totally goofed. I should have had that in here. In fact, I can do that real quick by just going to my uploads, because it's in here somewhere. You guys, if you end up like this with just too many uploads in here that you don't need anymore, you can actually throw them in the trash, so you don't have to scroll through so many. I need to clean my uploads out, because some were for things I made for other people, and I don't need to keep them. Okay, so I have my IDP logo. I need to shrink it a little bit, because this has gotten a little out of hand. There, ta-da! All right, it's on there. Okay, so you can see I layered my pictures here, okay? I have my wine glass, I have my stun gun. I need to decide how I want them to fit. If I wanted the wine glass to be more prominent, I could click arrange and bring it to the front. But of course, I want my product to be more prominent, so I'm going to bring it forward, okay? And I'm going to have that there. This is an image I also pulled off of Google that I don't know if it's copyrighted or not, so shush. And it's a quick, simple, easy reminder. Now, when it's in my phone, it's nice, because my phone, I can click and change the text. So if I'm out and about and I'm like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to send Lisa her reminder, I need to pull it up on my phone. I can quickly change that address and the date in the reminder, and everything else is already done for me and saved. It makes my life so much easier. Taking some time to create some standard templates for yourself will help you so much in the future. Let me just tell you, okay? It'll be huge. So I don't forget, can you send me the, oh, yes, Rochelle. Okay, all right, guys. Let's go ahead and create your thank you textable, okay? Find a picture of yourself that you love, anything. Okay, I understand that. I'm going to stay with free. Thank you. Find a picture that you love of yourself. All right. If you absolutely can't stand any photo of yourself, then fine. You can throw a stun gun in here. Just make sure you also put in the IDP logo in that case. I did not have to write the IDP logo in this one because I don't have a picture of their products. And, well, I just didn't. Maybe I would have to. I don't think so, but I mean, you wouldn't have to in a thank you note, so I don't know why I would have to. All right. Go ahead and create your, oh, he'll start in the beginning, dum-dum. Okay. Grab your social media post, because we're going to make it a square. Find your picture. Go to uploads. Upload your image. And take your picture and plop it in. Here, I'm going to make mine silly, because I love this picture. It cracks me up. Okay? Changing the size because it doesn't need to consume the whole thing. Now, I would match the background to your picture so that it blends as nice as possible, but you can do anything you want. That's why I made mine black, though. I also love the way that black makes an image pop. Okay? If you want, you can crop your picture. You can filter your picture. If you're going to do black, you can choose to, thanks, Rochelle. Let me see. Oh, it's in the advanced options. You can choose to vignette your picture. I actually did that on my phone. That's why, do you see this glow? It's like, not this glow, but this fade out where it's black. That's what vignette does. So you can see that kind of get a little more dramatic in my picture there. You can vignette your picture if you want it to kind of blend in more with the black. Is that a dot on my screen? Oh my gosh, I have a dead pixel. Well, that sucks. Okay. All right, so I probably did it too much there, but you get the idea. Okay? Then you're going to just go to your text. Choose your header. What's your big word going to say? Mine says thank you, because that's what this is all about. Thank you. Yay. Now I can go and create my font that I want, and I want the thank you to be fancy, so I'm going to go with Great Vibes. Okay? Easy peasy, right? All right, now you can choose your text, and you can write as much as you want. Just create, I would start with a smaller text, because then you can write and then you can grow it as big as you want. Okay, as you write, you guys are going to see your text boxes will be getting bigger and bigger. Okay, it was so fun to meet you tonight. I had a blast with your whole group. I can't wait until you guys, whatever you guys are writing. Okay, this is probably not what I would end up keeping as my Sunbugunjiken. No, okay, as my final, but I can change the font. I mean, I can change the size. Oh, I need to change the font. Where's the Oswald? Oh, usually the two you've been using, or the ones you've used already on your graphic, will be at the very top, so you don't have to re-change every time you're doing a box. You can change the size of that box so it fits in better. Okay, no problem. You can move it around. I can even move it in front of my picture. I can move my picture in front of my text, but that wouldn't make any sense in this case, would it? You get the idea. Okay, I can change the spacing like we did before. If I wanted a little more readable, I can grow the line height. I can change the letter spacing so it fills out the whole page a little more. This is everything, you guys. Seriously, like, you can do almost anything here. It's insane. If I made that small text bold, it may not be as readable, so I won't. I can go ahead and have it all lean to the right towards my photo if I want to. So it's totally up to you how you want yours to look in that case, okay? Now, in this picture, I do have a stun gun in my hand, don't I? So to be on the safe side, it would be smart for me to put in the Independent Damsel Pro logo just for making sure I am compliant. And because it's already a busy one, I don't want the full logo that has our little girl Daphne in it. I'm just going to use my little Independent Damsel Pro logo. Do you guys see those lines that are popping up while I'm moving things around? When those lines pop up, it lets me know that this is in line with the font box, the text box above it, and it is perfectly centered with the text box above it. How awesome is that? Okay, if I want it over here in this picture, watch. It lets me know that now it is perfectly centered in the bottom, but centered in line with my photo. You guys use those guidelines. It will help you so much. I can't even tell you. It's kind of awesome that that automatically pops up for me and you. I can take my thank you, make sure it's perfectly centered on the page. See how that goes? See what I mean? Awesome possum, right? Look how easy that was. And maybe I want my picture to be a little bit bigger because I want to be all in their face, because you guys know I love the in your face stuff. Look at, see how easy that is? You guys, now I can save it. I can download it. Once it is saved, I'm going to say thank you, shocking, for this one, so I know it's a different thank you. Once it is saved, click File and Save. All changes saved. Now it'll even show up in my phone, and I can pull it from there, or I can download it here, send it to Facebook Messenger, and then save it from Facebook Messenger straight onto my phone. Whatever works for you, do it that way, but the easiest way is to have the Canva app on your phone, as long as it does not distort the verbiage like it did to my thing last night, and I don't understand why. Okay, guys, I only have 2 minutes and 45 seconds left before we would have to start paying for these Zoom calls. I hope I covered enough to give you guys an idea of how easy it is to make Canva images. There is so much you can do. Have fun with it. Be a little bit playful and silly. Guys, our business is really serious enough. Inject some fun in it. Don't make your images overly salesy. I'll show you a few more of mine in that 2 minutes that we have. Why are those things popping up? I did not touch my screen. Oh my God. Who is getting into my screen? Okay, not overly salesy. I've got this one from Mother's Day. Here, I'll show you a couple of product images that I feel were just fun to be able to throw into a Facebook party. This was one of my Mother's Day ones, guys. This is where I took an image into the back, faded it out to make it not necessarily the full focus, but still absolutely on your mind. See how easy that is? When you play and you edit these with filters and so forth, I can fade it out and so forth, just like I was showing you before. Quickly, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, oop. Let me go down faster. Oh, here. I took the step off, okay? And I was able to show some of the features, clean, easy. See how easy that would be to throw into a Facebook party to explain the step off to somebody? How about something fun I did on the road trip? Now, I did this one a long time ago, so I don't know how quick I'm going to be able to pull this one up. You guys are probably seeing some of the images I've posted on our team page on here. Where is it? Oh, okay, you guys, when the clowns were about, here's one. I used this. I used this back when the clowns were being a problem. This may not be fully compliant because these colors are not in our thing, but I did have an IDP logo on here. See that? Okay. I was not trying to scare people. I didn't want to make it like, oh, you need to start carrying your stun gun because there's these clowns about and they want to kill you. I wanted to make it silly. I wanted to make fun of something going on in the headlines, but that made it very clear that, hey,